Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about COVID-19 and development. Okay. So how the development was going in the countries in the pandemic situation. It means during the COVID-19. So how the development was going in the countries. So how the countries are started to implement some important policies, schemes for especially for the development. Okay. So first of all, world has seen several alternative economic and development models among the Washington Consensus, Santiago Consensus, and Beijing Consensus. Okay, so it means if you have any doubt regarding these consensus, it means Washington, Santiago, and Beijing. Once go through the videos in my channel, so you'll get the information about these consensus. Okay, so here among these consensus, there are so many alternative economic models were there, especially these important economic alternative economic models for the development in the countries. Okay, so the world also has witnessed the how the meaning of the progress metamorphosed into happiness from monetary idea. Okay, so here metamorphosed means changing, so it means changing from one form to the another form. Okay, so here progress means development towards the advancement. Okay, it means compare with the previous stage, so it will be a better position, okay, in the advanced conditions. Okay, so here the meaning of the progress was changed into the happiness. Okay, so progress means it is the development towards the advanced conditions, so metamorphosis means changing. Okay, so the progress meaning was changed into the happiness just from the being a monetary idea. Okay, so monetary means relating to the money. Okay, so it means it being a monetary idea, so it was changed from the progress to the happiness, but it is a monetary idea, it means related to the money only, but the meaning of the progress was changed into the happiness. Okay, so yes, of course the meaning of the progress is changed into the happiness from a monetary idea, but these changes have not proved to be enough. So it means there is no theory regarding this provement. It means there is no theory for this proof. Okay, so in COVID-19, it means first of all we have to know about some information about the COVID-19. So it is an infectious diseases, and this disease caused by the SARS COVID-2. It means severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. So the first case was identified in the China. So this disease quickly spreaded throughout the world. It means worldwide the coronavirus was spreaded. So it means result in the COVID-19 pandemic, especially the symptoms of the fever, cough, breathing problem, vomiting, loss of taste or smell. So first of all we have to know about the onset time period, that is symptoms first appear in an individual or particular person of who was infected, so 2 to 14 days after infection of the particular person with the coronavirus. So 2 to 14 days after completion of that period, so we have to realize those symptoms of the infection. Okay, so here in 2019, in December first case was identified. So because of the COVID-19, so this is the pandemic situation in that time, so it has spread serious questions to the development model, so the world is following. Okay, it means in the world during the pandemic situation there are so many questions were raised. Okay, because of the there is no development during the coronavirus, so many works were stopped because of the coronavirus. Okay, so the one of the reason was world's unpreparedness in fighting with such a pandemic. So we never prepare for that pandemic situation. It means we were not prepared for that COVID-19, because we don't know the situation will be happen. So that's why there was a unpreparedness of the particular countries. So especially fighting against the pandemic situation, and that's why there's so many vigorous debate about the need of a new economic approach to development was started. Okay, there's so many debates by the economists that were started debating against the pandemic situation, especially for the economic development approach. Okay, So here, first of all, we have to know about the debate, because this debate was started in the early 1960s also. Okay, it means about the sustainability issue. Sustainability issue means using the resources at the present time, and we have to promote these resources to the next generation also. It means not only using these resources, but we have to transfer those resources to the next generation without affecting environment. So we have to use the resources. Okay, so this is the sustainability issue, and this has been debated by the experts in the economy, so early 1960s only. But so the new dimension was started in this time because of the COVID-19. So the answer of the sustainability issue was opened in the 2019. Okay, so that is the local dimension of development. Okay, so here first of all we have to know about the local dimension of development. So what is local dimension? So here local dimension means using or identification of the resources, so in a particular place. Okay, community, city, municipality, villages, panchayats. Okay, so it means this is the young theory. Okay, so the local dimension of the development is a young theory in the economy. So particularly, so in the social science, this was the young theory. It is based on the identification and use of the resources in a particular area, in a particular part of the country. Okay, for example, that community, this city, those municipalities. Okay, so it means the local dimension of the development, we have to focus on the particular community, we have to focus on the particular city. So the local dimension of the development is very important to fight against the pandemic situation. Okay, so here the experts also have given empirical insights of local approach, so in saving the environment and creating happiness also. Okay, so there are so many experts in the economy, they started to giving the verified or experienced conditions or features for the local approach. Okay, in saving the environment and creating happiness, we need happiness and we need the safe environment. Okay, both are very important for the human life. So that's why we have to balance those things. So happiness always comes from the monetary idea. It means we have to develop ourselves in the society. Okay, so without sadness we have to maintain our lives. Okay, so in the same way, in the present situation, in the present technological society, so we have to maintain the good environment. Okay, so that's why the experts given the verified and experienced solutions for the local approach. So it must be ethical in saving the environment and creating the happiness. Okay, so but this time there is a proposition is to build the local economic model. Okay, it means it must be suggested that some local economic model is very important for creating the happiness and a safe environment. Okay, so the this is a situation for the people. So there are so many situations were there during the COVID-19. So those are the increasing the scarcity of the resources. It means the decreasing levels of the resources. So the people are not using the resources because some people only they have to able to use those resources. It means the resources are not useful for all, and they are not giving to the all people. It means this half people only they have to able to use those resources. And degrading environment, it means environment degradation is there. And visible risks of the climate change because of the overusing of the technology and vehicles. So there is a changes in the climate. Okay, and next thing is COVID-19 pandemic situation. So they has made the common people to ask very fundamental and imaginative questions. Okay, so until 2019 there was no question regarding the how to use the resources and how can we live. So these questions are very silly questions before COVID-19. Okay, but whenever there was a pandemic situation, in the same way changes in the climate and environment degradation and scarcity of the resources, so there's so many questions according to the common people, according to the general mass people. There's so many questions were raised against the pandemic situation. Okay, so those questions are, so what are the needs of the life. Okay, so especially for living purpose, what are the needs and how much is enough, how much money is enough for living. Okay, and what of conspicuous consumption? It means conspicuous means a support. So what is the conspicuous consumption? How much money we have to spend so on the supporting consumption. Okay, enough money for the conspicuous consumption. And can next question is, can this earth sustain our demands? Okay, it means support. It means can this earth can give the support for the our demands? So especially no, because the people are very greedy and the people are very disturbing the environment. So this earth cannot sustain our demands. Okay, so at present we have to follow the environment, but after some years the earth will destroy because of the needs and demands of the human life. So the earth cannot support for our demands. Okay, so we already know about minimalism was destructed. Okay, because by slowing demand in economies, minimalism means just using minimum resources. Because why this was destructed? Because of the slowing, it means the decreasing level of the demand in the economies. Because of this reason only the minimalism was broke out. Okay, so because of the decreasing level of the demand in the economies only, so the now people are using like consume less and less. Okay, so it means now the people across the world are inclined towards the one thing, that is consume less. So it means the people are buying less and less. So now the world is following the contemporary economic model, so that is based on the foundation of never ending enhancement in demand. Okay, so here enhancement means increasing, okay, or a betterment. Accelerating means it is also one thing by the betterment. Okay, so it means the contemporary means at present we are using the economic model, so that follows is based on the foundation of never ending enhancement. It means enhancement in demand, so we have to increase our demand. Okay, so we never ending the demand. Okay, so it means we have to increase our consumption. So whenever we are consuming all the goods and services, it means the demand is increasing. So the main important thing in the contemporary economic model, so we never decrease the demand in the consumption. Okay, so during the COVID-19 situation, so the alternative economic models were forwarded again by the scholars. Okay, so it means some years ago the economists they started to writing something theories regarding the development, but during the pandemic situation, so those experts again they started to introducing those important economic alternative economic models again. Okay. So next coming to the Indian point of view, so India also has its own share of challenges and needs, especially for the serious introspection. Okay, so it means we also have some important challenges before the COVID-19. Okay, so here the one of the important economic model, that is alternative economic development model, so that is Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Okay, so this is a very important program and scheme by the our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, so here this is also known as a self-reliant India. Okay, so it means we make India is a self-reliant. So it is one way of to explore an economic alternative model. Okay, so this is the India's alternative economic model during the COVID-19. Okay, so here this was launched on the 12th May 2020 by our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, so he announced 20 lakh crore rupees package under this scheme. Okay, so by promoting, especially the main important thing is promoting MSMEs, agriculture, power, mining and housing. So this is to support India in pandemic situation. So this important model was introduced because to support India in the pandemic situation. Okay.